Today I've got 3 beautiful trades for you guys to see. All of these are rejection block trades. 2 of them are the Powell 10 a.m. key open trades, and we're going to recap all of those. But first, thank you guys so much for 300 subs on the channel. We just hit that. I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving. So please keep it up. Drop a like on the video. Keep subbing, and I'll keep running up these recaps and other types of videos. Backtesting video with confluences should be coming out soon. I just got to sit down and have time to make it because those videos low-key take a bit. It's like an hour, and it's hella in-depth, all this shit, right? But anyway, without further ado, let's jump straight into the video here. Low-key, my chart's too big. Hold up. All right, we're back. We just got to recenter the screen. But anyway, here are the 2 main trades. There's one more, which is right here. Bang, right? But let's go ahead and recap these, okay? So let's see. We always start, on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, based on our PXL, PXH, which if you don't know by now, you should, right? So since we closed above this previous day high, that means we were bullish up to this previous day high, right? You can see we swept out that, and then we got a nice reaction off of it. So we'd love to see that. If you guys trade previous day high deviations like I used to, totally valid. They work out really great. So all you have to do is just, boom, wait for a sweep of this and find an entry model off that. You can just enter on a close below it or a rejection block, whatever you want. But that plays out a lot. You can see it played out today. But anyway, that was our bias going into the day. It was longs to previous day high. And that was already tapped by the time New York opened. So going into the 4-hour time frame, what do we have down here? A beautiful 4-hour fair value gap. It's pretty big. Now, realistically, I don't want to see us fill in this full gap because on the daily time frame, I would much rather see us print a daily fair value gap here to use to come down to next week. But I'm totally cool with us tapping into this gap. I just don't want to see a lot of it filled, right? But just something to take note of. Here, I believe, is the sweep of previous day high. So that was very clean. And then we respected this rejection block here on the 4-hour, and we're continuing lower. But that's pretty much all I'm seeing on the 4-hour. There wasn't really too much. Instead, what I saw was here on the hourly time frame. Let's go ahead and turn on our drawings here. Let me actually go to market open just so we can see exactly what it looked like, bro. Where's the replay tool? I don't use it enough. Here we go. All right, so this is what price looked. Actually, let's go even further. Or no, we're right there. Okay, perfect. So on the hourly time frame, this is what it was looking like. Obviously, we didn't have the 10 a.m. open here, but everything else was here. So daily open is right here. We had manipulated down, and then we broke above it. Cool. What I saw was, number one, we had these equal lows right here. Pretty cool. Then we had this hourly fair value gap here. So what I did was I draw the Fibonacci tool from the low to the high up here, and the 618 OTE aligns very cleanly with that 1-hour gap. So that means this hourly gap is a pretty damn good spot to look for reversals here. So that was my bias going into the day. Now, I know you're thinking, well, why are we looking for longs if we've already taken out and rejected previous day high? Yeah, facts. That's a valid question. And it's just because if you look at this, we've been bullish. So we're just kind of following a trend here. And at this point, like once we've came down and topped out this 1 hour fair value gap, we could be looking for longs, right? Because that's our retrace. So if we were going to continue higher, how would price want to do it? It would want to come down, tap into a fair value gap, tap into some form of PD array or liquidity, and continue higher. So what would it be doing if we came down into this gap, right? It would be sweeping out these equal lows right here and tapping into a fair value gap to continue higher, right? Obviously, it doesn't have to continue higher, but that's the idea we were playing with our thesis today. So with that in mind, we go into the New York Open and we dump right off rip. So I'll play it forward, bang. Okay, it's a little slow here. Bang, we start dumping. We dump straight into the 1-hour gap. And what do we get right there already on the screen? Bang, 5-minute rejection block, right? Out of a 1-hour gap. That is beautiful. That's ideal. So this is our first entry. Now, you guys know I always pretty much enter at the beginning of the rejection block. And where do I put my stop loss? Yes, sir, just below the CE. But for this trade, I didn't do that, and it cost me big time. And you're going to see exactly why. So here is our 5-minute RB. Bang. Let's go on the 1 minute time frame here. So this is what it looked like, right? Let me play the next candle. So whenever I pulled the Fibonacci from the low to the high, as you're supposed to, this is what I was seeing. And I was like, damn, first of all, this is a big ass stop loss, boy. So if I did this and I put my stop loss at the low, covering the full thing, it would be a 36-point stop loss. Valid, I guess, but as I said in that strategy video, if you watch that, I don't really want to do more than 35-point stop loss. So granted, I could have just shrank it down here. I didn't really want to do that. What I could have done here is put it right below the 786, ran like a 25-pointer. But the reason I didn't want to do that is because whenever I'm here on the 1 minute time frame, I'm looking and I'm like, damn, bro, what if we want to retest this 1 minute rejection block, right? So which this is, in hindsight, clearly that's kind of stupid. But at the time, I was like, bro, if we tap this, I don't want to get taken out of the trade. So I wanted to have this covered to some degree, at least the CE of this, right? So like at least right here, 32-point stop loss valid, I guess. But where would my TP have to be? If I want a 1 to 5, it would have to be like, bro, I can't even put it on the screen. It's so high. You know what I mean? And like, I just don't see price. I mean, price could have done that, but I didn't want my target to be all the way up there in South Jamaica, right? I guess North Jamaica, but damn. So whenever I saw the 705 align perfectly with this 5-minute rejection block CE, I put my limit right here, bang. And I put my stop loss right here at the low, 18 points, bang. That's perfect. It looks very nice to me. I think that's a little bit better placement. So that's what I ended up going with, and you're gonna see it gets front ran. All right, I'm just gonna be real with you. It gets front ran. So I don't get an entry, and price runs straight towards TP because at this point, let's see, what's a 1 to 5? It would have been right, bang, right here. Okay. Now what you could have done is entered here on this little 1 minute fair value gap. Okay, that's valid as well. I never really do that. I never even really teach that, but it is valid. And if you do that, put your stop loss below the 786, you're rocking a 15-point stop loss, a 1 to 6 up there. You could even just target right here, right? This high, basically. This is valid as well. Totally great. Or you could have just put it at the start of the rejection block, ran a 25-point stop loss because your stop loss needs to be below the 786, and then targeted. I don't know. Again, that really messes up your risk to reward. So that's why I didn't like entering at the start of the RB because of where your stop loss had to be. So again, this is where my entry was right here. Did an 18-point stop loss, just like that. Okay, 705 aligned with CE. And literally, this is crazy because I was just rewatching some Powell videos yesterday, and in the video he says you can do this, right? Enter at a deeper discount, enter on the CE, and if you do that, sometimes you're gonna get front ran, and you just have to accept that. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happens here. So if we play price out, bang, wicks right off the 618, fills in that 1 minute fair value gap, valid entry right there again, and then goes straight up to our target. So right there it is. That would have been TP, right? So that's trade number 1. You could have entered any of those other ways that I explained, but unfortunately I got front ran. Okay. Now the second trade, you guys might have seen this on the gram or on TikTok, etc., was right here. So I just kind of waited for price. I kind of wanted shorts here, but we didn't sweep out the highs. We didn't really get a nice clean SMT, so I didn't take anything there. Maybe there was like a long entry here out of this 5 minute. It's not too terrible. We respected the CE perfectly. I'm not sure if this even plays out. It doesn't play out, so thank God I didn't even see that at the time. But I was just waiting for 10 a.m. at this point. And so 10 a.m. opens in a couple minutes here. Bang. So this is the next entry you potentially could have taken. Now, it's not ideal, but it is valid in my opinion. Because, number 1, we have a no-wick candle right here as a beautiful target. Okay, 10 a.m. open, and we manipulated down about 23 points. Okay, so 23-point manipulation. We have a no-wick candle here on the minute time frame. Also, we swept out this low right here, making this a rejection block. Now, in the video on my Instagram, I literally called it a make-a-wish rejection block. And the reason why is we didn't really sweep out anything high time frame, any key levels, right? It's just this 1 minute low here from 3 candles ago. It is a swing low, but just a low time frame one. So I didn't really love it. And yeah, but you could have taken this. we get a close above it. Now, the only issue here is we don't have the fib aligned. So this isn't really a fib trade. It's just you're bullish. You want to see all this LR taken out right here. We got this 1 minute sweep right here. We got a close above 10 a.m. after this manipulation, and we have a no-wick candle. So it's a little bit discretionary, but it has most of the components except for the Fibonacci tool, right? So then you literally just limit this level right here, bang. And you can put your stop loss below daily open, which is about 15 points, or just right below the CE of this. So I would have probably just done, yeah, I don't know, somewhere right in here. And targeted probably just this internal high right here, I guess. I don't know, like a 1 to 3, something like that. And let's see. So you would get tagged in this next candle here. It looks kind of sketchy, but bam, price respects it and goes up. I'm pretty sure it ends up reversing here. So this is the trade you could have taken, right? Didn't play out fully, probably would have got BE on this trade, but decently valid entry. Then we get a nice clean SMT up here. This trade is the one I actually took, which low-key looks even shittier, but I would have been pissed if this played out and I didn't take it, right? So what do we see here? We still have this Make-A-Wish rejection block right here. We have an order block right here. And now we have the Fibonacci tool aligning very well with the 10 a.m. key open. So whenever I saw all those confluences, again, I didn't love it. And I thought we were bearish at this point because we also have this nice liquidity here. We got that 4-hour gap down below us. We have the SMT at previous day high, and then we also have the SMT right here. So I really didn't love it. So what I did is I still went ahead and entered this trade. I went ahead and entered. So let's see. Boom. I entered like right here. Put my stop loss. Shit. Maybe the 786 I think I went. I didn't cover the CE of this because we'd already tapped it once. Cool. I was targeting up here. Bang. It looks something like this, I believe. We ended up getting entered right here. Price looks like it's running straight to our stop loss. Okay, never mind. I did have my stop loss below the CE because I didn't get stopped out there. So this would have been my stop loss. And then I'm pretty sure I went break even. Yeah, I went break even right here. Now, why did I go break even right here? Because, again, I was bearish. I didn't really love this trade. It was more like a pattern trade to me. Yeah, thank God I put my stop loss below the CE of this rejection block here. Damn. But again, we had the order block, a rejection block, and OTE of this leg up. We higher time frame. We've been bullish, so it wasn't a bad shout in my opinion. But the SMT, the 4-hour gap, all that shit below us, I was more bearish. So once I got this move here, and I was up like a 1-to-1, I went ahead and just boom, went break even. Which I understand. In that strategy video that I showed you guys that I put out a couple days ago, I said never go BE unless we have a reason to go BE. And the reason for me to go BE today was I was realistically bearish. This was just a good setup, but I was bearish high time frame, right? And so the reason it's okay for me to do that today is because I don't even have a draw on liquidity. Like literally, what was my target here? I was just targeting this high, but that's only a 1 to 3, almost a 1 to 4. It's not even great. Could have targeted up here, but like again, these are SMT highs. They're low key protected, so I didn't even love the trade. No clear draw on liquidity. Those are reasons. Maybe I shouldn't have even taken this trade realistically, but those are reasons I went break even quick. So I was break even at this point, and you're gonna see, bang, we just get stopped out break even. And then what does price do? It dumps. It literally just dumps. And so what you could have done realistically, if you're just a flip and retest trader, you could have just bam ran this shit right here, shorted again. Now this is obviously a risky entry. There's no OTE. There's not really a lot of confluence here, other than the idea you're bearish. And with these key opens, because the strategy I used to trade didn't even trade like Powell's model. They just like the way those guys do it is they just do flip and retest of the level. So since we closed below it, it's signaling that we want to see bearish continuation. So you could, in theory, just short this right here, and it plays out perfect. Now I don't really do that anymore. I think it's more of a gamble, but it was a valid trade today. So that pretty much covers it all, though. I'll put them on the screen again. We had this first long here, which is a little bit discretionary, but still valid, right? Ends up getting BE. Then we had this retest right here, which got BE as well. And then we also had the very first trade, which was like right down here, and it got front ran. So unfortunate day today. We got front ran and 2 break evens, but overall, we read price pretty decent. It wasn't a very beautiful day. Just I think after that big move we had yesterday, there wasn't anything super high confluence. So other than honestly that first trade out of the 1 hour gap, 5-minute RB, so that looked pretty damn good. But anyway, I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos. Like I said at the beginning of the video, thank you guys so much for 300 subs. Keep up the support on the channel, and I'll keep dropping these. Expect a backtesting video coming out very soon, so keep an eye out for that. Drop a sub and it should pop up in your notifications or whatever. But hopefully you guys had a better day than me, and drop the comments down below any trades you took, any questions you have. If you guys want any of my indicators, like this indicator here shows previous day high, previous day low, all the previous stuff. It can even do all your key opens, VWAP, stuff like that. Yeah, it's in that strategy video, so take a look at that. Also got the SMT indicator in there as well, and low-key I could drop in this session indicator. It looks very clean and nice too. But anyway, if you guys want any of that stuff, go to the session video on my channel. It's in the description, and also a beautiful checklist as well. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out.